Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. In his purport to the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Chapter 1, Text 24, Srila Prabhupada writes, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur wanted to re-establish Daiva Varnashram. In Daiva Varnashram, there cannot be acknowledgement of social status according to birthright, because in the Bhagavad Gita it is said that the determining considerations are guna and karma, qualities and work. It is this Daiva Varnashram that should be established all over the world to continue a perfect society for Krishna consciousness. This may be astonishing to foolish critics, but it is one of the functions of a Krishna-conscious society." End quote. For women, there are nuances to the principle of serving Krishna according to one's qualities and activities. For example, when Srila Prabhupada was asked, could a woman be a temple president, he replied, yes, why not? And then he added, but because women are less intelligent, they should remain dependent on first-class father, first-class husband, and first-class son. Then she is first class. That is the injunction. End quote. That a woman can be a temple president and must also remain dependent on a first-class man may appear to be a contradiction. But Srila Prabhupada doesn't see it that way. Rather, he says that a protected woman can do the service she is capable of doing. The ultimate and the perpetual protection is, by the grace of the ultimate protector, for a person to no longer get a material body, but to go back home, back to Godhead. And that happens when one's fully absorbed in Krishna. To be fully absorbed in Krishna, we need to use our propensities fully in his service. Protection, like everything else in Krishna consciousness, helps us to advance spiritually. One of the most effective ways for women to be protected is for them to serve Krishna in the association of Krishna's sincere devotees. When in such an environment, women fully use their talents and proclivities in devotional service, their absorption in Krishna's service is another form of protection. Thus, protection is not about denying someone service based on their body. That would be repression or oppression, and would only cause distress. Rather, protection means providing a safe place and the facilities needed to perform devotional service for the pleasure of Krishna. If we fail to follow Daiva Varnashram, we have the caste system, an artificial system that forces people into molds according to their birth, a mold for which they may even be unsuited. To discourage, denigrate, or prevent qualified devotees from engaging in the devotional service of their choice is the opposite of protection. It's actually a kind of violence. A devotee wants others to excel regardless of the body that they inhabit, and therefore a devotee is eager to recognize and facilitate excellence in others. Thus, in Daiva Varnashram, we're encouraged to do the service we're qualified to do regardless of our body, and other devotees are proud of our accomplishments. If we as a society empower our members in this way, there's no limit to what we can do together. Srila Prabhupada expected us to accomplish great things on his behalf. In his purport to Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 9, Text 30, he writes, "The mercy the Lord bestows upon a particular person engaged in executing the responsible work entrusted unto him is beyond imagination." but his mercy is received due to our penance and perseverance in executing devotional service." End quote. If devotees are sincere in their service, they'll receive Krishna's mercy, and one would hope they'd also receive the full support and blessings of their fellow devotees in Srila Prabhupada's International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Srila Prabhupada expected greatness from all of us, and greatness is evoked when we're championed. We all need to expect a lot from one another, and then help one another to live up to those expectations. In our world today, beset with racism, nationalism, sexism, there's a dire need for this spiritual vision, a vision that's resonant with Krishna's teachings, that's attractive, and that's natural. Implementing it would be an enormous contribution to society at large, a contribution that could set the example of how to see past externals and evoke each person's genius. Srila Prabhupada was an expert encourager. He sometimes insisted that Yamuna Devi lead kirtan, Himavati speak, Kaushalya recite the Sri Yashopanishad. As he writes in his purport to Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 5, Text 12, everyone should be allowed to render service to the Lord to the best of his ability, and everyone should appreciate the service of others. Such are the activities of Vaikuntha. Since everyone is a servant, everyone is on the same platform and is allowed to serve Krishna according to his ability. End quote. When we engage people in Krishna's service without discrimination based on bodily designations, everyone benefits. Our outreach is enhanced, and the Hare Krishna movement becomes known as the society where each individual can fully flourish. Hare Krishna. Thank you. All glories to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.